My name is Anna Agresta, and I'm here to tell you about my ghost encounters. Boogity woogity. Okay, it was a dark and stormy night. No, just kidding. So, when I was about, I don't know, maybe 11 to 13, something, maybe teenage years, me and my cousin went to stay at another cousin's, an older cousin's house, and she had a family and everything. And we were in a little town called Berwyn, Illinois. And my cousin, they didn't live far from each other, but we ended up staying the night at her house. And well, we're all getting ready for bed, so her and her whole family were sleeping, and then me and my cousin Veronica were sleeping on the couch. She was at one end, and I was at the other end. So as I was laying there, I kept hearing noises. I couldn't really tell what it was, but I had the most eerie feeling, and I couldn't really make much of it. So I started just praying. I remember praying in my head, thinking, God, whatever this is, making me feel uncomfortable, whatever I'm hearing, just please take it away, protect me. And I'm saying all these prayers in my head. Well, it was like I could hear voices, but I couldn't distinguish what they were saying. And I heard it almost sounded like, and the weird thing is, I could distinguish a man and a woman's voice, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. And the more I prayed, I felt like the more intense, closer, louder it kept getting. And so I was terrified. And I remember sticking my head into the couch. I thought if anybody would have saw me, they would have thought I was possessed with something. And I crawled to the other end of the couch, and I remember waking up my cousin Veronica, being like, "Get up, we gotta go." But I told her my stomach was hurting. I didn't feel good because I didn't want to tell her what was going on and get her panicked. So I'm getting my shoes on and getting ready to go, and she had to go to the bathroom. So when she comes out, we're getting ready to go, and she says, "Were you in the kitchen?" And I was kind of blown away. Just confused by that, and I was like, "No, I was getting my shoes on, ready to go." And I was like, "Why do you ask?" And she said, "Because it sounded like somebody was in the kitchen slamming cabinets," which was so weird to me because I didn't hear anything, and obviously nobody else did because they were all still sleeping. They didn't even know we had left that night. So we get out so we had to walk to her house, which had to go like a few blocks in dark alleys. Like there was like could be gangs and stuff like that around. So I didn't care at the time. I'd rather see a gang than whatever this was at the apartment. I had to get away from it. And we get to the house, and I remember that morning, like my mom and them getting on to us about walking that at that time of night, in the alleys and stuff, and we shouldn't have done that and all that. But I really, once again, I did not care because there was something really funky going on in that apartment, and stuff that was not supposed to be there were there. Okay, not cool. Anyway, come to find out, one of my aunts had mentioned that she didn't even know exactly what was going on, and she had mentioned that my little nephew that lived in the apartment said that he saw a man and a woman ghost in that apartment. And I remember just crying because it hit me like hard that is what I heard. I heard those two, I guess, ghosts you call them, or spirits or whatever. That is what I heard that night, and it just terrified me all over again. And another time, I can't remember if it was the same apartment complex, but the apartments were super old. Who knows what had happened in those apartments, throughout all the years. But the apartments were pretty old, and there's no telling what has happened. But another time, me and my friend were down, and we were teenagers. Well, my little cousin was a lot younger than us, but we would always hear that he saw things in the apartment, and so I remember my best friend asking him, like, "Where do you see the ghost at?" or the little girl, or whatever it was. And I remember him saying, like, "It's behind you," or like right there. And no lie, He has a toy that just starts going off like lights, and it's like in a movie Insidious where that the walker starts going off. That's how it was. It was this toy just lighting up, blink, ding, 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 so loud. I remember holding my ears because I'm weird, and when I get scared, I hold my ears, whatever, and screaming like, shut it off, because it scared me so much. And him as a little kid, he was looking at me like, because I guess it was normal to him, but it scared me so bad. And I remember also us seeing the refrigerator door open by itself. So creepy, so scary. Those were my encounters with paranormal.